Good evening and welcome to the PRSA National Capital Excellence in Communication Awards. I'm Lauren Lawson-Zeli, President of the PRSA National Capital Chapter. I hope you all enjoyed networking with your colleagues and your friends. This is our premier awards event of the year, and we're delighted to have more than 130 stakeholders and communication colleagues. We have many exciting announcements and a few surprises. Please continue to share on social using the hashtags ECAs 2021 and PRSA NCC. I also wanted to wish a happy Diwali and much prosperity to all those celebrating. So without further ado, I'm delighted to introduce our inspirational keynote speaker. I'm delighted to welcome our inspirational keynote speaker, Lori George Billingsley. Lori is the Global Chief Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Officer for the Coca-Cola Company. In this role, she leads the company's DEI Center of Excellence, all directed to enable a more engaged global workforce, mirror the markets served, and support a more inclusive culture to best position the employees of the company to drive growth. She has been with the company for 19 years, having spent most of them in a variety of roles, increasing responsibility within the public affairs and communications teams. Most recently, she was the Vice President of Community and Stakeholder Relations for Coca-Cola North America. Lori has more than 30 years of public affairs, issues communications, community and stakeholder relations, and DEI experience in developing and implementing breakthrough strategic initiatives that meet organizational goals, target audience needs, and produce results. Prior to joining Coca-Cola, she led her own PR consultancy, LG Communications, was a vice president at Porter Novelli, a leading public relations firm, where she co-founded the multicultural communications and alliance building practices, and a senior public affairs specialist for the District of Columbia's Government's Office of Human Rights and Minority Business. She currently serves on the board of directors of the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation, the NAACP Foundation, ColorCom, the Coca-Cola Foundation, and Already Executive Women of Influence. She formerly served on the boards of the Women's Business Enterprise National Council, United Way of Greater Atlanta, Atlanta Mission, and Leadership Atlanta. She is a member of the Howard University School of Communications Board of Visitors and the former co-chair of American University's Women Network. She is a member of the Executive Leadership Council and co-chair of the TCCC's Political Action Committee. Lori is a featured speaker globally and has received numerous national awards, including the Alumni Award for Distinguished Postgraduate Achievement from Howard University, Push for Excellence, Dr. MLK Jr.'s Corporate Award, Atlanta Business Chronicle Top Diversity and Inclusion Officer, Atlanta Business League's Top 100 Black Women of Influence, Academy of Women Achievers YWCA of Greater Atlanta, inaugural Bravo Award for Diversity and Inclusion from the Hispanic Public Relations Association, Chairman's Circle Leadership Award from the National Coalition on Black Civic Participation, the Public Relations Society of America Order of the Phoenix Award, and is a Georgia PRSA Hall of Fame inductee. You can see why we are so delighted to have her this evening. She received her Bachelor of Arts in Public Relations at Howard University and her Master of Arts in Public Relations at American University. She also completed a 13-month executive leadership experience program at Harvard Business School. Lori is an ordained minister. Welcome, Lori.
Thank you, Lee, for that wonderful introduction. It's great to see you. And thank you to everyone here. I want to especially acknowledge Lauren for her leadership with the National Capital Chapter, along with your board. And I also want to congratulate our Hall of Fame inductees, Ben Vinsel and Kate Perrin. I'm so honored to speak with you tonight. I have huge respect for PRSA and the PR industry. This industry has afforded me so many opportunities over the past 30 years. I've been a professor, an entrepreneur with my own PR consultancy, worked in corporations, for government and PR agencies, and for all of these opportunities, I'm grateful. I joined PRSA as a student at Howard University, and it has been my community, my tribe, through so many moments of my career. In reading about the accomplishments of Ben and Kate and their remarkable careers, I thought of my own career and some personal reflections I'd like to share. Everyone here has had a moment in your career where you faced a big decision. And if you haven't had one yet, trust me, it's coming. I'd like to tell you about one of mine because it changed my priorities, my career, and my life. After I graduated from Howard, I worked at the DC Office of Human Rights and Minority Business. Then in 1989, I joined Porter Novelli, the largest, most prestigious PR firm at that time. I was focused on multicultural communications. I was happy at Porter Novelli. I loved my job. It was the summer of 1994, and they just promoted me to vice president. They were telling me about all the big opportunities at the firm, which sounded great, but unbeknownst to them, I had different plans, a different calling that I had been thinking on for quite some time. I wanted to go into ministry, and I wanted to start my own PR consultancy. Of course, this surprised my boss, and we had several conversations about it, but it was my decision, and it was made. I didn't have any reservations because I knew I needed to do it. I remember calling my parents to tell them. They had been so excited about my promotion. In fact, my parents had been showing my actual new job announcement off to everyone they knew, and even to people they didn't know. They were so proud of me. And here I was calling to say I was walking away from the big job so I could pursue my purpose and faith. My father paused for a minute and asked just one question. "Baby Sugar, will you still have health insurance?" I said, "Don't worry about it, Daddy." My mother thought I was out of my mind, which was not an unusual feeling for her. Me delivering big news and surprises like this was just a continual theme in our relationship. But regardless, my parents were always supportive. Now, some may ask, what enabled me to make this decision? After all, there were so many risks and the potential to fail, but it really didn't matter to me. I just didn't think like that. I knew it would all work out because it was what I was supposed to do and be. I was living my purpose, and that's been my guiding force in my life. After 8 years, I made another bold decision to end my consultancy practice and move to Atlanta to pursue a new path, to start a church with my husband and join Coca-Cola. Making that decision gave me the confidence that I could continue to lead my life through purpose. Now, while I made the decisions of where to go, I didn't get there alone, and no one does. I've received amazing support from mentors and sponsors throughout my entire career. I imagine that Ben and Kate would say the same thing. I met my first mentor, Debbie Miller, while at Howard. She was my PR professor. Miss M was the reason I joined PRSA, and she went on to become the first Black president of PRSA National. She's been instrumental in every job I've had. Her declaration to me was that I was her greatest contribution to the PR industry. Dr. Barbara Hines was another mentor and a pillar at Howard. She was another one of my PR professors who had a huge impact on me and the development of my career. She's a trailblazer and an advocate of mentoring and sponsoring people of color in the PR industry. I know she's here tonight, and I would like to thank her for her wisdom, constant cheerleading, and support. And I also had the benefit of mentorship by the legendary Ofield Dukes, PR guru and founder of the Black Public Relations Society of DC. He took me under his wing when I was a student and agreed to be my mentor. However, he said he wouldn't meet with me until I developed a 5-year plan. That first meeting had such an impact on me that 5 years later, when we were reviewing it, all the goals had been met. He said that that was the power of having a plan, and I've done one ever since, just like he taught me. Mr. Dukes was more than a mentor. He was a teacher, coach, advisor, friend, and a consummate professional. One other mentor and sponsor I must mention is Patty Yu. Patty was the type of mentor that pushes you and motivates you to strive for excellence. Working for her at Porter Novelli was a defining moment in my career, and I learned many skills that I still use today. I know she's here also tonight, and I hope she knows how much I love and appreciate her for investing in me. I also must speak to my purpose being grounded in the way I was raised. I'm from Teaneck, New Jersey. My father was a minister and grants officer and diplomat, and my mother was an educator. They both believed that to make progress, you need to bring everyone around the table together. And often it was literally in our house at our kitchen table that people from all walks of life, industries, ethnicities, and backgrounds came to discuss the issues of the day and offer up potential solutions around things like education reform, desegregating our neighborhoods, civil and human rights issues, and the outreach needed to elect officials. This approach is what I've used over the years when trying to gather different people and perspectives together around the table to address societal problems. It's what ultimately led me to Coca-Cola and my current role as Chief Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Officer. My purpose started to unfold even before I recognized it. Everyone deserves to lead a life of purpose. Bill Novelli is here tonight, and I must also acknowledge him. Bill, I've always admired your extraordinary career, from co-owning Porter Novelli to founding the Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids to being COO at CARE and CEO of AARP and beyond. I am in awe. Talk about living a life of purpose and impact. I want to leave you with this tonight. No matter the risk, always live your purpose. Be fearless, be bold, and be great. Tonight's Hall of Famers exhibit all of these qualities and so much more. Achieving excellence in an industry is no easy feat. They have persevered, broken through barriers, and made a huge impact on the industry and people along the way. Cheers to their hard work. Thank you again for allowing me time and space to be here and to share in this celebration. I truly appreciate it.
Lori, thank you for your impactful words and for being so giving of your time. The power of purpose and impact particularly resonates with many of us. We are so grateful to have you and Lee, our MC of the evening. I am delighted to have Lee Woodruff as our MC. Lee is a best-selling author, former contributing reporter for ABC's Good Morning America and CBS This Morning, renowned public speaker, journalist, and trusted advisor with 30 years of experience. As a media training consultant, she coaches executives in media and communication skills, helping them to sharpen their message, improve delivery, and connect with their audiences. Lee has worked with clients in a wide range of industries, from technology, financial services, healthcare, automotive, and travel to consumer products, fashion, and beauty. After her journalist husband, Bob, recovered from roadside bomb injuries while covering the Iraq War, the Woodruffs founded the Bob Woodruff Foundation, a national nonprofit organization that assists injured service members and their families with the transition to the home front. We encourage attendees to make a donation to the Bob Woodruff Foundation this evening, and thank you for those who did. Welcome, Lee. Lee and Lori, it is an incredible honor to have both of you here this evening. We know that you are renowned, sought-after global speakers, and as a thank you to you and recognition for all that you've done as trailblazers in the DC area and throughout your career, we are, as a surprise, bestowing you with the first ever Pinnacle Award on behalf of myself and the PRSA National Capital Chapter. To mark this occasion, we have invited two very special guests who have played meaningful roles in your life, Dr. Barbara Williams Skinner, CEO and founder of the Skinner Leadership Institute, executive coach, educator, and author, and Bill Novelli, distinguished professor, founder of Business of Impact at Georgetown University's School of Business, co-founder of Portano Valley and author. Dr. William Skinner, I'm going to welcome you to the virtual stage.
Thank you so much, Lauren. Civil rights icon Coretta Scott King once said, "Struggle is never ending. Freedom is never really won. You earn it and win it with every generation." I am so honored to be asked to present the PRSA Capital Chapter's first President's Pinnacle Award to my good friend, Lori George Billingsley, who has spent her entire life struggling to uplift everyone. Lori and I have a friend for life bond, but beyond that, as co-founder of Skinner Leadership Institute, I recognize, as others do, her extraordinary gifts, leader in the communications arena. Lori was the impetus of multicultural communications early on during her agency career in DC Offline. She believes in finding the time to mentor and accelerate the development and movement of talent into roles of increasing responsibility and influence across our workforce. In recent years, through her leadership at Coca-Cola, she launched 8 business resource groups, employee-led. They represent race, sexual orientation, veterans, people with disabilities, generations, and women. With Lori, it's never me, it's always we. Lori has made a social difference in the lives of hundreds by serving as the foundation of culture at the Coca-Cola Company. Lori has taught all of us that when you listen, you learn, and you value all perspectives. Thank you, Lori, for your amazing leadership. You know that I am so proud of you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Skinner. And Lauren, what a great surprise. I am speechless, which is rare for me. So honored. Thank you so much.
Proud of you.
Love you.
Love you too.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. William Skinner. And congratulations, Lori. Bill, we welcome you to the virtual stage.
Thanks, Lauren, and hello, everybody. First of all, I have to say, Lori, I am so proud of you. You've made so many great decisions in your career and accomplished so many things. And now, I'm pleased and honored to present Lee Woodruff with the PRSA National Capital Chapter's first President's Pinnacle Award for her achievements in and contributions to our profession. I fondly remember Lee's early years when she was an account executive at Portano Valley. She began in Washington as a rookie, and later we worked together in our New York office. I have a lot of interesting Lee stories. Lee became a skilled practitioner, adept at relationship building and its strategy. She rose to senior vice president of the firm. Lee had a strong sense of purpose, and she steered clients in that direction. And above all, Lee cared about people. And now she's a best-selling author, an activist, a caregiver, an in-demand media trainer, a writer, and a sought-after speaker. But most of all, she's committed to helping injured service members and their families heal and reintegrate into their communities. Lee's tireless work as co-founder of the nonprofit Bob Woodruff Foundation has raised over $80 million and has helped many, many people. She's made a real difference in the lives of countless others, and she has shown courage, resilience, grace, and good humor all along the way. Thank you, Lee, for your impact through your words, your caring actions, your truth-telling, and for your contributions to our profession and our community. And Lee, we can't wait to see what you do next. So congratulations on this well-deserved President's Pinnacle Award.
Oh my goodness. It's hard to surprise me at this age, but first of all, how come you don't age? Bill Novelli. How come you look exactly the same as when I was 20, whatever years old? You're amazing. And first of all, congratulations to Lori. I missed you by 1 year at Porter Novelli. And I too have Bill Novelli and Patty Yu as my complete mentors. And I would not be where I am today. Not sure where that is necessarily, but I would not be the person I am today without your mentorship, Bill. I brag about you all the time. And I love you that you just surprised me. Thank you. Please don't share any of those stories though, because I think they had to do with shoulder pads and gray wool suits in the 80s. So anyway, wow, okay, that you guys took the wind right out of me, okay? And Lori, congrats to you. Lauren, thank you for all of this. I know you're behind this. And I get the great honor to kick off our PR Hall of Fame portion of the evening. So I'd like to welcome Martha Boudreau, Executive Vice President and Chief Communications and Marketing Officer at AARP. AARP, as we all know, is the exclusive PR Hall of Fame Award sponsor for the second year in a row, as well as the pre-reception sponsor. Thank you for that. And PRSA NCC would like to thank you for your generous support of the chapter and the program. So here's Martha.
Good evening. I'm Martha Boudreau, Chief Communications and Marketing Officer at AARP. I'm delighted to join you this evening as we celebrate outstanding achievements in public relations and communications across our region. I am a huge admirer of PRSA nationally as the standard bearer for our industry. And I'm an even bigger fan of our national capital chapter. Not only is ours the largest PRSA chapter in the country, but we also work in one of the world's most sophisticated cities where there is a deep well of expertise and talented communications professionals. Cutting edge work is the hallmark of our industry here in DC. I want to thank Lauren Lawson and the leadership of the National Capital Chapter, along with all the volunteers who worked so hard to plan this wonderful evening of recognition. AARP is a proud sponsor of tonight's Hall of Fame ceremony, when we will be inducting two exceptional industry leaders who have contributed immeasurably to our profession and to our broader community. As a 2018 Hall of Fame inductee, I am honored to welcome Ben Finzel and Kate Perrin to the ranks of the National Capital Public Relations Hall of Fame. It's my great pleasure to have this moment to recognize Ben and Kate, as I've had the opportunity to work with both of them over the course of our careers. Kate and Ben embody the humility, generosity, and high standards that distinguish leaders. Through their professional accomplishments and many contributions to the DC community, Ben and Kate have touched many lives and set an example for others to follow. Congratulations, Ben. Congratulations, Kate. Being inducted to the PRSA National Capital Chapter Hall of Fame is a significant moment of recognition for all you've done to elevate our profession in this most challenging and unique communications market. Congratulations and have a great evening.
Virtual stage over to Lisa Osborne Ross, Edelman's U.S. Chief Executive Officer, to introduce our first inductee of the evening, Ben Finzel. Lisa, over to you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Lisa Osborne Ross, CEO of Edelman US, and it is my absolute privilege to be with all of you this evening as we celebrate the newest members of PRSA's National Capital Chapter Hall of Fame, including Ben Finzel. Described by friends and colleagues alike as a rare gem in the industry, Ben channels his creativity, his intellect, and most importantly, his kindness to advance purpose-driven communications that move society forward. Whether it be offering clients innovative solutions to the climate crisis or spearheading campaigns that give a voice to underrepresented communities, Ben is a connector and a leader who makes our field and, quite frankly, our world a better place. The current president and founder of Renew PR, Ben has earned several major accolades and recognitions for his work throughout the years. But to me, his most impressive achievements stem from his passion for LGBTQ equality. From helping expand LGBTQ employee benefits while at Edelman, thank you, Ben, and co-founding the first global LGBTQ communications practice while at Fleischmann, to launching the first networking group for LGBTQ communications professionals based in DC. Ben, I applaud your bold and brave vision and the difference that it has made. Ben, I'm honored, honestly, I'm honored to play a small role in your well-deserved inclusion and induction into the PRSA National Capital Chapter's Hall of Fame. Congratulations, Ben. We are beyond proud of all that you've achieved and really just as excited to see what you do next. Enjoy all the accolades that are coming your way and know how grateful we are to have you in our industry. Have a wonderful evening.
I took PR courses in college, but didn't think that would be my career. My first job after college was as a press assistant in a congressional office. I moved back to DC after college, and my ambition really was to get a job on Capitol Hill. I was not sure what I wanted to major in. And I sat down and talked to my dad about it, had several conversations over, a course of several months. And he said to me, major in what you're interested in and the rest will take care of itself. So thanks to my dad for that great advice. I look at this as really an opportunity to talk about how we bring everyone along, not just some people, and how the work that we do as communicators can really be focused on advancing for the common good. I really have been fortunate to work with some amazing people, and not just names but at every level and every firm I've been in and in my own firm. When we work together and when we truly collaborate and work with each other, everybody wins. And that's an amazing thing. And it's also a heck of a lot more fun.
Please welcome the first of our esteemed Hall of Fame inductees to the virtual stage, Ben Fincel.
Thank you so much, Lee. And wow, everyone, thank you. Lisa, thank you for doing me the honor of introducing me. Really is a full circle moment to be introduced by an Edelman executive as I started my industry career there more decades ago than I care to admit. I learned so much at Edelman, and I made so many friends there, some of whom are on with us tonight, and many of whom are still friends and colleagues today. I'm so very fortunate to have had the opportunity to build my career at firms like Edelman, Fleischmann Hillard, Widmeyer, as well as in 2 congressional offices and the U.S. Department of Energy. So thank you to PRSA and to the National Capital Chapter for this huge honor and for including me in such inspiring company. I will be forever grateful. I told friends and colleagues that I was surprised to have received this honor, and I was, and I am. It's a big deal and means more to me than I ever would have expected. It recognizes the work I've done and the work I will do. Thank you to Shonali Burke for nominating me, and to Annette Larkin and Wendy Hagan for supporting my nomination. And thank you to the friends, colleagues, and coworkers who took the time to participate in today's event. You're all in my Hall of Fame already. I've been thinking about what this award means. Just because I've been around for, well, let's say several decades, doesn't mean I have all of the answers, or even some of them. I think it means that I've learned which questions to ask. And that really is half the battle, which is something else I've learned over the course of my career so far. Knowing what to ask, who to ask, and what to do with the information you gain from the answers is really helpful in understanding how to be an effective communications counselor. In asking a lot of questions over the years, and Martha will tell you I've asked a lot, I've learned a lot from people far smarter, wiser, and experienced than me. I'm so very fortunate to have worked with so many fantastic people. I don't have time to thank them all here, But if you check out the Insight page at www.renewpr.com, you'll find a list of as many of them as I could possibly name in my most recent blog post. But back to questions. Before I close, I want to suggest a few questions I think we should all be asking of ourselves, of our clients, of our communities, and of our leaders. Why should people trust us to be truth tellers and to push back against people who believe that fake news is just another way of communicating? What standards are we committed to in our industry to ensure that we follow the highest principles of ethics and integrity? What are we doing to ensure that people of diverse backgrounds, including and especially those different from our own, have not just a seat at the table, but the opportunity and ability to talk at that table and to influence the decisions made at that table? When are we speaking out against those who would flout the rules and standards of our industry for personal or professional gain? Once, sometimes, always? And how do we use our platforms to advance the goals of diversity, equity, and inclusion in our industry? That's a starting point. I hope it makes you think, and I hope it inspires you to take action in your way and your time. I'm working on the answers to these questions myself, and I hope you'll join me. And I hope you'll recommit yourselves to upholding the standards of fairness, decency, integrity, truth, and transparency that should be the hallmarks of our industry. Thank you again for this amazing honor and this encouragement to keep moving forward.
Ben, thank you so much for those inspiring remarks, and congratulations. I can see why you got this award. Yeah. I'm now delighted to introduce another one of last year's National Capital PR Hall of Fame inductees, and that's Gemma Puglisi, the award-winning media strategist, former journalist, author, practitioner, full-time assistant professor of public communications at the American University, who will now provide remarks about this year's second inductee, Kate Perrin. Gemma, over to you.
Thank you very much, and good evening, everyone. Again, this is Professor Gemma Puglisi from American University, and I am honored, Kate, to induct you into the PR Hall of Fame. For those of you who don't know, Kate is a fellow Eagle. She is a graduate of AU, and we are so proud of you. Kate, I know how much this award means because I had the honor of winning it last year. To have your peers and colleagues in the field recognize you and honor you is such a milestone. So kudos and congratulations. Kate, you were nominated by so many colleagues, including News Generations, Inc., who noted you have been a trailblazer and connector in the Washington PR community and an entrepreneur for 38 years. For more than 26 years, you were a fixture with your own firm, Professional Solutions, another milestone in itself. Professional Solutions was DC area's first PR temporary agency, specializing in meeting the temporary staffing needs of area nonprofits, associations, government agencies, and corporations. Prior to Professional Solutions, Kate, you were Director of Public Relations for the American College of Emergency Physicians. You chaired the first Washington Women in Public Relations PR Woman of the Year Awards program in 1990, and you were elected the president in 1992. Kate, you also have served on the boards of the International Association of Business Communicators and Dress for Success DC. You received the 2009 Women in Communications Matrix Award, and you have been an active member of the Girl Scouts Nation's Capital Women's Advisory Board and the Smithsonian's Women's Committee. Where do you find the time? Kate, it is your volunteerism and your commitment with so many organizations and institutions that sets you apart. You have also supported PRSA NCC and WWPR in every way, whether it was as a sponsor, a speaker, or a mentor. And you have supported other women, nominating so many for awards. Kate, your colleagues say you are always the first to raise your hand and fill out any gaps. You truly are an extraordinary and a passionate human being. Your colleagues nominating you also said, Kate is a trailblazer and the ultimate connector. If we had more than 2 pages, we could fill them up with words from Kate's supporters. They continue, Kate recently shared a story about a young woman she placed in a temp position who called her for advice on a sticky situation. Kate advised her that her instincts to be honest and ethical were spot on, and the woman would find another job if being honest backfired. Not only was her honesty valued, it earned her a permanent job at a higher level with the group. Kate told the story to a group of young women to emphasize the need to be ethical and a woman of character. That is Kate to the core. And Kate, you are also described as understanding the human connection, which is sometimes lost these days in social media. You've touched so many lives over the years, and you've had a lasting impact on careers and an industry as a whole. You are the consummate networking guru. Your colleagues add that you're just about at every networking event in DC and that you know how to work a room with your impeccable style and charm. As mentioned, you have served on countless panels and boards, and you take the time again to help young people with their resume and interview skills. More than that, you are respected and admired for your integrity, ethics, and your honesty. Your impact in the public relations community here in Washington is extraordinary. Where would DC be without you? And finally, you told the story of your early years in your career, and you said, although I was a print journalism undergrad with dreams of working for a newspaper, I got a part-time job preparing the nightly newscast teleprompter feed for Howard K. Smith. You had to be a good typist because you grabbed the copy from the writers and then you typed it on a manual typewriter with 2-inch tall keys to a continuous roll of paper that would be mounted under the camera for him to read. As the lineup changed and stories were edited, I had to splice out and insert the new copy with Scotch tape, sometimes sitting on the floor under the camera to get the change in before it reached Howard's line of sight to read. I loved it. Those words were so true and impactful. I, too, worked for a network nightly newscast, NBC Nightly News with Tom Brokaw, so I understand the pressures and excitement that went with it, which is why I'm so honored, Kate, to induct you into the National Capital Public Relations Hall of Fame. Congratulations, Kate, and thanks for watching.
I don't think it's disingenuous to say that I have been fortunate to experience a number of moments that have moved me deeply with pride and gratitude over the course of my career. I think like a lot of people who ended up in PR in the old days, I started out with my interest being in journalism. And I actually went back to college and followed up the print journalism degree with a degree in public relations and changed paths. The PR industry today is actually much more challenging and difficult than when I started out. That just makes it clear that there's a greater need than ever for clear, honest, and timely, well-delivered communications. I think it's our responsibility to give all the encouragement, advice, and support we can. We're training our replacements, and we need to help the next level of people learn how to get the help they need and to be the help they need. I think women have turned the corner in reaching success. If there was a glass ceiling, they have found the ways to pry it open or shatter it. Thank you to PRSA. This particular honor is like the perfect cap to my career and may indeed be my proudest moment.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kate Perrin to the virtual stage. Come on in, Kate.
Wow. And thank you, Gemma, my sister Eagle, for the introduction. There's really no way to begin other than to say thank you. While I'm never someone at a loss for words, it's been hard to pick the ones to convey to you just how deeply I appreciate being welcomed into this distinguished assembly. So I'll just begin by thanking everyone in the PRSA National Capital Chapter, especially my dear and generous colleague and friend, Susan Apgood, who nominated me. Like many of us, my career has always been in communications, but has shifted among various spheres, from writing and publications to public relations to creating professional solutions. the area's first PR temp agency. I owe a great deal to my education at American University, first as an undergrad print journalism major, and then as a business school master's student in public relations. I may not have become the great newspaper reporter I imagined as a freshman, but what I learned about communicating information and using it to shape attitudes and behavior has been the foundation of everything I've done for work and as a volunteer. Nothing makes you stronger and more successful than surrounding yourself with smart and supportive people. And I found many of them in PRSA, where I also found my first PR temps back in 1994, as well as many clients and many speaking opportunities over the years, for which I thank you. But the most significant person supporting me and my business was the remarkable and multi-talented Melanie Jordan. We were already friends and former coworkers when she joined Professional Solutions. I trusted her completely, and she initiated our use of new technologies, took on more and more key responsibilities and roles, and always had an eye on what was happening that would impact our business. I love the phrase, life isn't about finding yourself, life is about creating yourself, often attributed to George Bernard Shaw. And looking back, I can see how I incorporated bits of knowledge, inspiration, and direction I picked up from many people and experiences, and how each gave me a new perspective, new ideas, or new tools and skills that redirected who I became. And I find that who I became was mostly a mentor, a volunteer, and a matchmaker bringing together people with talent and organizations with needs. It has been incredibly rewarding. And now I thank you for this, the most surprising reward of all. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Lisa and Gemma, for joining us to induct this year's Hall of Famers, and a huge congratulations to Ben Fincel and Kate Perrin. And we are going to raise a glass to you both. This is pink champagne, guys. Oh, Lauren's got that too. Love it. So does Kate. Ben, we forgot to give you the memo. That's okay. No, we love you anyway. Congratulations to both of you.
Congratulations, Kate. Thank you, PRSA.
Take a sip, Ben. Come on, seal it. Fantastic. Loved everybody's remarks. That was great. And now it's that time where we're officially going to announce the winners of the 2021 National Capital Excellence in Communications Awards. So here we go. I am so happy to announce the first award of the evening, which is the category Events and Observances. So award number 1 goes to USAID funded Shops Plus project led by Apt Associates. From mid-June to mid-July 2021, the USAID funded project called the Sustaining Health Outcomes Through the Private Sector Plus project, or Shops Plus for short, hosted a series of capstone webinars. More than 860 people attended, and more than 2,800 people registered from 80 countries. Leaders from Shops Plus and other organizations shared knowledge from 6 years of work in private sector health. Judges praised the research put into this entry as well as the highly successful results. So congratulations to our first award, which goes to Shops Plus End of Project Webinar Series. All right, we are going to roll into our second category of the evening, which is innovation due to COVID-19. And our award winner is Launch of the Chief Virtual Learning Officer, CVLO program. Kimpton Hotels and Restaurants and Allison and Partners work together to tap into rising travel trends and adapt to evolving traveler needs during the pandemic. In September, Kimpton introduced a new role, a Chief Virtual Learning Officer, to help parents with a major pain point, remote schooling. Many of you can relate to that. Judges praised the creativity and innovation behind this program, which led to excellent results. So congratulations to the launch of the Chief Virtual Learning Officer program. And now our third award category of the evening, Integrated Communication Government Agency. And this award goes to Crosby Marketing Communication. Military life carries unique challenges. Deployments and temporary duty assignments mean that military members spend more time away from home than the average civilian. Coming home can be challenging. In 2020, Crosby created the the We campaign to help the military community overcome challenges and build healthy relationships. Judges were impressed with the detailed research, planning, and implementation and evaluation that went into reaching out to this challenging audience. The campaign was relatable and approachable. So congratulations to the We Relationships Initiative. And now the certificate category. So this certificate of excellence goes to Crosby Marketing Communications. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services administers programs to protect the health of all Americans. HHS has been at the forefront of combating COVID-19 across America, and Crosby worked with the agency in 2020 to disseminate communications across multiple channels to help Americans protect themselves from COVID-19. Judges praised the consistency and comprehensive nature of the campaign with a broad range of tactics and strong campaign evaluation. So congratulations to promoting public health and safety during COVID-19. All right, we're on category number 4, Integrated Communication Nonprofit Organizations. And this award goes to Longevity Foundation and JPA Health. Only 1 in 4 people with non-small cell lung cancer receive comprehensive biomarker testing. Longevity Foundation turned to JPA Health to improve understanding about the potentially life-changing importance of biomarker testing. Through No One Missed, the campaign reached 50 million people and engaged 30 strategic partners. And judges mentioned the clear objectives that connected to strong results and a broad range of compelling strategies and tactics. So congratulations to the No One Missed Biomarker Testing Awareness Campaign. We also have a certificate of excellence here. Anthem Foundation, Coursera, Google, Indeed, Lyft, Goodwill, and Berlin Rosen. So Goodwill launched the Rising Together Coalition with the Anthem Foundation, Coursera, Google, Indeed, and Lyft to empower 1 million people to access sustainable careers by 2025 by addressing systemic barriers. Goodwill asked Berlin Rosen to execute an integrated communications campaign to target funders and partners and uplift Goodwill's brand to be seen as a workforce leader. This entry was praised for getting a lot for its thrifty budget and for strong results with the target audience. So congratulations to Goodwill launches the Rising Together Coalition campaign. All right, we're on our 5th category, Media Relations Nonprofit Organizations. And this award goes to Stanton Communications, Inc. for World Thrombosis Day. World Thrombosis Day is a global initiative to elevate awareness of thrombosis. Globally, 1 in 4 people die each year from thrombosis. And side note here, one of our very best friends in Washington, D.C. died from this, David Bloom, the NBC reporter in Iraq. This is a greater number than the number of people who die each year from AIDS, breast cancer, and vehicle crashes combined. Judges praised the details in the entry and the effective pivot the organizers of this campaign made when COVID hit during their planning. So congratulations to Eyes Open to Thrombosis. And in the certificate category, we have the Certificate of Excellence, which goes to the Physicians Foundation and JPA Health. Physicians experienced new and mounting challenges because COVID-19 added a new dimension to the front lines of care. Boy, that's an understatement, isn't it? And the Physicians Foundation and JPA Health sought to raise awareness of the challenges plaguing physicians and ensure that their voices were being heard. This program resulted in 410 media placements, reaching 1.9 billion people. That's a B, billion. Judges praised this as an impressive program with outstanding media results. So congratulations to COVID-19's impact on America's physicians. Our 6th category is influencer marketing. And that award goes to AstraZeneca and JPA Health. So 25% of people who have NSCLC also have the EGFR biomarker and may benefit from targeted therapy. AstraZeneca turned to JPA Health to improve understanding about the importance of biomarker testing with social media influencers. Through hashtag #MyFollowthrough, we reached 4.1 million people and engaged 3.1 million people. And this entry was praised for its creative use of personal stories from influencers. So congratulations go to hashtag #MyFollowthrough. Our 7th category, integrated media relations and budget over $25,000. And that award goes to American Staffing Association and Allison and Partners. COVID-19, that old friend of ours, put the spotlight on dramatic shifts in employment and is providing an opportunity for the American Staffing Association to demonstrate the important role the staffing industry plays in managing change in the U.S. labor market and the value the industry provides to our society. Judges liked this entry's solid strategies and relevant, timely messages. Congratulations to spotlighting the staffing industry's role in the COVID response and recovery. And we also have a certificate of excellence here, which goes to the American Psychological Association and Vanguard Communications. The American Psychological Association and Vanguard Communications designed the Stress in America survey as an annual temperature check on how the nation is faring related to stress. The survey measures attitudes and perceptions about stress while positioning APA and psychologists as the health practitioners who can help individuals achieve whole body health. Judges felt this entry was well thought out, with strong segmentation in the media outreach, and for keeping media interest going. So congratulations to Stress in America, a national mental health crisis. And now on to the 8th category, podcasts, something I bet you all have a favorite in. And the award goes to 340B Health. 340B Insight is the podcast about the 340B drug pricing program, a federal program that provides resources to safety net hospitals, health centers, and clinics. 340B Health, representing more than 1,400 participating hospitals, launched this successful podcast in May 2020 to stay connected to a wide audience amid COVID-19 shutdowns. Judges liked the research and strategic thinking that drove this podcast, so congratulations to the 340B Insight podcast. Category 9, video. And our award goes to JPA Health and WPSI, implemented by ACOG and funded by HRSA. Nearly half of women in the U.S. are not receiving the preventative care they need. The Women's Preventative Services Initiative and JPA Health sought to promote the Well Woman Chart tool and its benefits to clinicians to help ensure women receive needed health care. The video was played to completion 104,000 times, and judges said this video was compelling with strong input from stakeholders before it was produced. So hearty congratulations to Guidance You Can Trust, filling the gaps in preventative health for women. On to award number 10. This category is website. And our winners, Excellence in Communication Award, Crosby Marketing Communications. So in 2020, the Department of Defense tasked Crosby to develop a new mobile app that would quickly connect service members and their families to resources and support from the military's flagship program, Military OneSource. The app is a 24/7 gateway to personalized military guides, benefits, and access to experts. Judges were impressed by the input gathered from potential app users before the app was designed and with the web pages put together to explain how to use the app. Congratulations to My Military OneSource mobile app. We also have a certificate of excellence in this category, and that goes to Crosby Marketing Communications as well. The Department of Defense faced a great challenge in 2020 as it worked to support America's military force, their families, and civilian employees early in the COVID-19 pandemic. Crosby worked with DoD to rapidly deploy a website, information center, and communications to help the military community safely navigate this crisis. Judges were impressed at how polished, clean, and easy to navigate the site was, despite being put together in crisis conditions. So congratulations to Military OneSource.mil COVID-19 web pages. And we have a Communication Team of the Year. So the category is Government Communication Team of the Year, Walter Reed Army Institute of Research Strategic Communications is our winner. So the Walter Reed Army Institute of Research provides unique research capabilities and innovative medical solutions to a range of force health protection and readiness challenges facing U.S. service members, along with threats anticipated during future operations. Judges here pointed to the team's efforts to build buy-in from senior leadership for communications that would benefit the troops and to leverage their networks both within and outside the Department of Defense. And now we have a very special video to hear from some of our finalists.
Hello, my name is Jennifer Mino-Mirowitz of Apt Associates, and I work as a communications manager on the Sustaining Health Outcomes Through the Private Sector Plus project, which is funded by USAID. On behalf of SHOPS Plus, we are truly honored to be a part of the 2021 National Capital Excellence in Communication Awards for our work on a 4-part webinar series that shared important lessons from 6 years of USAID investment in public-private engagement for better health. My team and I sought to be strategic in our efforts to reach our target audiences in a variety of ways, using strategies that had worked well in promoting previous events. I want to thank our team of 4, including Elizabeth Corley, David Thompson, and Young Kim, along with our intern, Julia Kagan, who created a microsite of stunning videos and visuals that showed our project's impact, along with interactive digital publications. I encourage you to check it out at shopsplusproject.org/EOP series. We also used weekly email marketing campaigns, daily paid and organic social media messages, and listservs to reach more than 40,000 people with information about the webinars and our project. These efforts fortunately paid off, with hundreds of people from 80 countries attending our webinars to listen and ask questions about how they could better engage the private health sector in their countries. I want to take a moment to thank our project's client, USAID, and our partners, along with the Public Relations Society of America National Capital Chapter for hosting the awards, and the sponsors for making them possible. Congratulations to all the honorees.
Hello, I'm Carrie Jones, the principal and founder of JPA Health. I'm immensely proud of the variety of work coming out of JPA, which has been nominated for this year's Excellence in Communication Awards. At JPA, our team of public relations, marketing, and advocacy specialists work to synchronize insights, ideas, and incredible execution. As you can see, the results are impressive. I want to congratulate all of our clients with whom we share nominations: WPSI, the Physicians Foundation, Longevity Foundation, and AstraZeneca. I also want to thank the PRSA NCC judges for honoring us tonight. There's never been a more vital time for effective communications, and I want to take a moment to applaud all nominees for their inspiring work in public relations and external communications. Well done.
Hi, I'm Miles Goldsman, Communications Manager at 340B Health. We're honored that our podcast, 340B Insight, has been recognized for an Excellence in Communication Award. Thank you to the PRSA NCC leaders, volunteers, and award judges for recognizing our work and for hosting tonight's event. Congratulations to the other honorees for all you have achieved during these challenging past couple of years and for demonstrating the importance of effective communications in our world today.
Hi, my name is Samantha Lasky, and I'm a Senior Vice President at Berlin Rosen. Thank you to PRSA National Capital Chapter. We are proud to work with Goodwill Industries International to further its mission to empower everybody to have the opportunity to thrive. In the spring of 2021, Berlin Rosen partnered with Goodwill to launch Rising Together, a first-of-its-kind coalition to address the systemic barriers and inequities facing job seekers and workers. Together with partners Anthem Foundation, Coursera, Google, Indeed, and Lyft, who all share a commitment to workforce development, we created a framework to empower 1 million people to access sustainable careers by 2025 through holistic workforce services and supports. This is only the beginning, and there is more yet to come. Thank you again to Goodwill for allowing us to support its efforts, and to the amazing communications teams at both Goodwill and Berlin Rosen for their ongoing commitment to ensure all people have access to economic opportunity. Thank you again to PRSA, And congrats to all the winners.
Hi, I'm Terry Welch. I'm the Strategic Communications Director for the Walter Reed Army Institute of Research. You know, it's interesting because the rare STRATCOM office didn't even exist until October 1st of 2019. We spent those first 3 months creating the command's first strategic communication plan and finally getting it into place in about early January. And in my mind's eye, I remembered it as this beautiful, polished thing, probably because we didn't get to use any of it, right? Because COVID didn't just take over our lives, it took over everything we did. So that plan had to be thrown out because our organization pivoted really quickly to preventing, detecting, and treating COVID-19. So over the course of a single day and basically one long meeting, our plan shifted from being a well thought out document to 5 words. This is why we exist. Those words led the way we talked to the media and what we talked to them about, as well as the way we spoke internally, reminding those who still had to come here every day that this was our reason for being. So I want to thank Summer Abdo, Mike Walters, Mary Muller, and Chris Nidatom, who helped create video and graphic products to calm the fears of employees who would be required to work throughout the pandemic, not to mention providing members of the media with videos and photos that reached a potential audience of billions of people. Thanks to Samir Deshpande, who helped me with the massive amount of media interest we garnered, as well as doctors Kayvon Majarad, Nelson Michael, and Gordon Joyce, whom we stuck in front of every camera and microphone that became available. And over the course of 2020, that averaged 1 media engagement every 3 days, weekends included. And finally, I'd like to thank the judges who chose our team as a finalist for the PRSA National Capital Chapter Excellence in Communication Awards. I'd like to thank the sponsors of this event. And I'm sure you all saw some amazing entries because there's some really great work being done out there in government public affairs these days. And we are honored to be among the people who were chosen to be singled out. So once again, thank you very much for your time. And thank you for honoring us with your attention.
Time to all of you. You all deserved it, truly. All right, so drum roll, please. We're now going to present the evening's top honors. Each entry that received an ECA tonight is eligible for the Best in Show Award. So this award is given to the strategic initiative that had the strongest research planning, implementation, and evaluation, of course, along with creativity and impeccable execution. So tonight, is there a drum? Okay, let's just pretend we're drumming. I am so pleased to recognize Allison and Partners and Kimpton Hotels and Restaurants as the 2021 recipient of the Best in Show Award for its entry titled Launch of the Chief Virtual Learning Officer Program. So if we were all in the room together, this would be the moment where everyone would go nuts and confetti would fall down from the ceiling and you'd hug each other. So let's just imagine that we're doing that right now. And this is particularly exciting because this entry was an important new category this year, innovation due to COVID-19. May we never see that entry again. And as PR professionals, all of us, everybody had to pivot and adapt to this extraordinary circumstance that surrounded the pandemic, frequently with no additional staff or budget to do so. And Allison and Partners working with Kimpton Hotels and Restaurants showed extraordinary ingenuity, creativity, and adaptability with this campaign, targeted at working parents who had to also provide support for their children in remote learning. That's one tough go. The campaign encouraged parents to get away, get a change of scenery, and de-stress in a welcoming hotel environment where they could work, allow the children to do remote learning in a stress-free environment, and perhaps enjoy some vacation time during the off hours. So congratulations, Allison and Partners and Kimpton, for a really fun, inspirational campaign. And to accept this award, I'd like to welcome Riley Smith, VP for Allison and Partners, to the virtual stage to make a few brief remarks.
Hi there. Thank you so much. What a surprise and what an honor. I'm Riley McBride Smith, a Vice President with Allison & Partners, and I'm honored to be here on behalf of actually 2 of my clients today, Kimpton Hotels and Restaurants, of course, and also ASA, the American Staffing Association, who received some earlier recognition today. I know I speak for everyone at Allison & Partners and Kimpton when I say that this is especially meaningful to be recognized during such a challenging and really unprecedented year. We were so proud that Kimpton's introduction of the Chief Virtual Learning Officer program really solved a real problem for our guests, while simultaneously allowing Kimpton to showcase their award-winning culture of genuine care and humanity even in an era of social distancing. So I want to just briefly recognize some of the people responsible for this incredible campaign. Nina Bizai, VP of Communications and Content at Kimpton Hotels and Restaurants, and Kathleen Reidenbach, Chief Commercial Officer at Kimpton, and our full Kimpton PR team. There are too many people to name, but they all played an important role in this project. And of course, my team at Allison and Partners, particularly Emily Wilson-Sawyer, Kelly Kenny, and Julia Shapiro. So thank you all so much for the honor today. And it's an honor to be recognized along so many incredible organizations.
Well, thank you, Riley, and congratulations to you and everybody else on the team. And congratulations to all our winners and Certificate of Excellence honorees. You guys worked hard, and it really showed. What a wonderful tribute tonight has been. So everybody remember, post your cheers, post your celebratory posts about tonight's event, and you can tag PRSA NCC handles. So you want to use these hashtags. Hashtag ECA small s 2021 and hashtag PRSA NCC, little exclamation mark there. So let's get that out to the field and let everybody know who our winners and honorees are. And with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Lauren, who'll close out the awards portion of the evening. And I want to thank you to the PRSA National Capital Chapter and all of you for inviting me to serve as your MC tonight. I have had so much fun. You completely surprised me with that award and with Bill Novelli. And I hope that you all have enjoyed celebrating tonight. I hope that next year everyone can be in person. And this is a really special community. And I'm sure you felt that tonight. I certainly did. So Lauren, back to you.
Lee, thank you so much for the incredible job this evening. An additional congratulations to everyone who won an award or certificate of excellence, and congratulations to Riley and team. A huge congratulations to Ben and Kate. Your accomplishments are so incredibly impressive. We are fortunate to have you in our local sphere in Washington. I wanted to thank our sponsors. This event would not be possible without you. In addition, I wanted to give my sincerest thank you to our planning committee. This is a huge lift. So much goes into this in terms of judging our entries, writing scripts, drafting social media messaging, creating graphics, assembling and delivering gift baskets, and so much more. We are so very fortunate to have you, to have your time and talents. So thank you. Thank you to our judges who spent many hours reviewing our entries and selected those against rigorous standards. We very much appreciate your time and efforts in that regard. Thank you to our Best of Show judges who spent additional time selecting the Best of Show winner. And a thank you to our PR Hall of Fame judges who graciously donated their time to carefully consider this year's PR Hall of Fame inductees. It's clear they made an excellent choice by selecting Ben and Kate. They are both visionary leaders who have made a significant impact on our industry and in our local community. I'm very proud to know them both. We will be posting tonight's recording on our YouTube channel. Thank you again for being here. That is a wrap. I hope that you have a wonderful evening, and we are so grateful to have you tonight.